There are a few details of which I'm aware about the attacker. The attacker has been through the court system for several years now and has been monitored by the police since about 2015, I think, for posting objectionable material on the internet, ISIS-related material, which was very violent and exhorting violence against people in the West. He was ordered to desist from publishing that material and ignored those orders. In 2018, he attempted to travel to Malaysia and was arrested at the airport. The Crown, the police, then tried to took the man to court for preparing a terrorist attack. He had bought a knife. And along with this ISIS material, had spoken about his desire to carry out a stabbing attack in the West and in New Zealand. But unfortunately, the court was and the judge was unable to convict the offender, the defendant, for under the Terrorism Suppression Act, because under that act, the preparation of a terrorist act is not included as part of within that act. So therefore, the man was not charged under the Terrorism Suppression Act. So yeah, that's hence why he has been watched and closely monitored by the police since at least 2018, as far as I can tell.
What do we know about his status? He had come from Sri Lanka in 2011, but journalists were asking the Prime Minister why he had not been deported. The fact that he was still in New Zealand, what more can we ascertain about him himself?
His status, as far as I'm aware, is he's a New Zealand citizen. He was a refugee from Sri Lanka and had been in New Zealand since 2011. So deporting him wasn't an option. So as far as I'm aware, he was a New Zealand citizen.
You did point out that this comes roughly 2.5 years after the shocking atrocities in Christchurch. What was the terror threat level in New Zealand this morning? Was anything like this
moderate
expected?
It's been it's been, excuse me if I get the term wrong, but moderate. It's been a moderate terrorist threat that it's possible, but not particularly likely in New Zealand. A lot of our focus has been within New Zealand has been on the threat from, which is still very real, the threat from white nationalist extremists and from the far right. But the security services that I'm aware of have known that there's been a range of threats, terrorist threats, particularly religious-based and ISIS-inspired threats within New Zealand. So it's definitely, and as we can see now, unfortunately, we can understand why there has that focus has remained.
Just finally, with your expertise in this area, would you expect the terror threat level to change as a result of this incident?
I would suggest not. The threat level has remained the same since the Christchurch attacks. So the security services are aware of a range of threats, and I think that this will reiterate that, and remind people that that threat is always present. I can't imagine that it will change the threat level, but there are people in government will be considering this obviously over the next few months.